tired, so this is going to be my last low of the night, and then I'm going to try to get me some early sleep here. I didn't sun soak today. I probably should have. Man, I love my carrots and celery. I had some grapes with carrots and celery for supper too. Carrots and celery are a wonderful supper, man. I don't care what you people think. Been putting it off for a while. Yeah, it's because I've been empathizing with a lot of people that are being destroyed psychologically, and they take comfort in food or alcohol or drugs or medication stuff. And so, I'm going to go, I don't push it too far. They do. One, you can never push it too far. Two, if I do, it's not going to be a guy like that with a guy like that, I'm devastatingly handsome. I'm Egg Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago. You're funny. I know. But, guys, the way this technology works, you cannot rest until the technology is used for correctness globally. Okay? So, like my cousin Nesta said, Dimma to do evil, can't take a day off to rest. How can I? So when your ego is taking control of you and you want to be like the trapped in sin of your relatives that they were trapped in and didn't want to be in. All I'm really saying is they don't really care about us, right? And so, when the way, the truth, and the life calls your name and you ignore him, this isn't, comic book sales central no more, y'all. This is the 21st century. David Rockefeller and Philip Rothschild provided a surveillance network so extensive to collect the evidence of, hi, I happen to be the Messiah, the gracious good shepherd, the gracious good shepherd of the line of the apostles. I'm the head of the apocalypse. How do we know you are? Because I'm not Pope Leo or Joe Biden or Bill Clinton or... Wait, is this a trick question, or I'm just kidding around? Is there going to be a test? So I'm watching this thing 12 days ago, all these people with Michael's nephew coming out and sounding like his uncle, but with, he works out, And they're all, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And you got Michael B. Jordan making a more misogynistic, narcissistic movie, even more so than Pierce Brosnan's adaptation of Steve McQueen. The world is like an apple spinning silently in space. The windmills that you in the circles that you find, and the windmills of your mind. Keys to jangle in your pocket, words to jangle in your head. Why does someone curse so quickly? Was it something that you said? Lovers walk along the beach and leave their footprints in the sand. There's the sound of distant drumming. This is the sound of the fingers of your hand. When you knew that it was over, you were suddenly aware that the leaves on the trees were the colors of the crap she puts in her fake ass hair. All you brown women, I like natural color on my woman's, hair. Not that anyone cares. I'm the skinny chick that works at the Gap at the goth bar. At the goth bar. You're funny. Hey, man, what can I say? But, it's not going to be technology that saves us from the devil and Satan's invention. It's going to be the Lord Earl using the technology to reflect the eternal faith of the Messiah. And that's verb. That's what's happening. I can take a noun and bend it. Give me a noun. Who, what, when, and where, and how, or whatever. I don't know. Take a noun and really send it. Show us how. I don't even know my own power. It's not power. No, it's just using your ability and strength to hit a ball really far, because people want you to sign it, because that ball you just aced to the base, it's worth more than your whole life, dude. So money's really real. According to invention, mother necessity, where would we be without the inventions of your progeny? Now, if we just had a big superhero to constantly sit there and twirl the thing, we do. It's called wind. But if the wind's die down? They're going to die down, but they're just not going to be as aggressive and destructive. But they might be more persistent and consistent during seasons where it's needed. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun. And when you have solar panels and you have energy that works through fluorine water, but not damming the water, and also through windmills in your mind. And the world is like an apple spinning silently in space, like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind, right? I'm certain that if you guys would have showed up in 2013, you guys would like to, well, you wouldn't hear my talking face that much because I'd have a woman who likes listening to my talking face looking at, oh, look at him, he looks horrible. Thanks! I appreciate you and your punked out fucking tech support brain chemical addicts making sure that, hey, he looks horrible. You've tried to poison me to death. David Rockefeller said they'll gladly kill over me and my grandpa's money and watch you and your Jesus die to the bitter end, Parsons. I will recover. And because I won't have to make videos on YouTube to save children from being a brain chemical addict like your sorry ass, you won't have to see my face when it gets better. So you won't have to say, oh, wow, look what I helped do. Yeah, it's shake and bake and you fucking helped. How much money did you make off of it? Money ain't real, just like artificial intelligence, right? You good. I know I'm good. No, it's not playing language games. I just have to, I try to get help people that are using artificial intelligence to help. And then when it's obvious they ain't going to help, that's when I sit there and say, okay, forgive me, Muhammad. I'll never do this again. I know, and I forgive you. Right? So you got to understand that. Hey, man, if Jeff and Dimas are humble enough to go, he's right. They'll kick Michu in the kaku, and he won't kaku with his Michu no more. And no, Suzuki does not like him. He does not like Ken Magashima, and he does not like Michio Kaku. He does not like them at all. Still playing games with people's heads with fake money instead of standing up for a real man. Oh, you're the swordsman of Japan in a nutshell, you little Hirohito ballsack, worthless. He does not like them. He's not required to like them and or trust them. He wants women to be loved by men, not fucked by assholes that tell themselves they're men but can't prove it to nobody. Nobody. Guys, Detiro Suzuki, through Jesus, and our love, our eternal love, talks to me. He ain't talking to you. They would not have any dialogue in meditation or prayer with that man if they didn't have me on house arrest in Peckerwood Pussy Plantation Central, right? They wouldn't have any communications with Sun Yat-sen. If I wasn't here trying to save you from being a complete fucking hoe cake asshole at Winky Deaky Dog becoming a crew chief, right? Because hoes got to eat too, right? If you don't want to hear the truth, then go talk to yourself and tell yourself, damn it, doggone it, save your family and people like you. Get a screenwriter from fucking SNL to tell you how funny you are and do the monologue for the marketing, and jacking them hoes. But otherwise, man, go get your Tamasquana flyer and go running up the side of a goddamn building full of fake-ass money and pimp daddy Nash-ass motherfuckers that you is. You got a card with lots of numbers on it? Does that make you gorgeous and sexy? You get to have a fuckable body by fuckable people because I will stand for the end to the fuck for the buck. And my body may look like shit, but that's because you don't just act like shit. You are shit now. And when you die, you ain't going to be nothing but fertilizer. If you don't want to hear the truth, do not come looking anonymously to watch no numbers on my videos on the 13th22ndme channel to save children from being Peckerwood Pussy Plantation, brain chemical addicted, motherfucking child murder, child abusing, daddy murdering fuckers like you. How crucifix of your crucifix. Mm-hmm. Just because people wear a crucifix doesn't mean they believe in Jesus Christ and have faith in the glory of God. Just means they went to a jewelry store and bought something to attract women that are stupid. You love Jesus too. Oh, I have lots of money to go shopping at Neiman Marcus because he blessed me with good looks, and men will give me money to suck their penis. Wow. Did you ask Will Ferrell if any of him and his screenwriters, you don't connect to them psychologically with bad science projects? They'll show up at your house in a pink bunny outfit and poke you on the side of your shoulder and go, "You're a meanie," and you won't get any sleep because you'll laugh so hard you almost pee, and then you wake up the next day and go, "You better show up for the Lord's Prayer because you know I'm the living embodiment of it." And then they'll act like I don't have to, and you'll go, "Okay, I'm going to tell you what I did, what I'm doing, and what I'm going to do." And if you don't stand up for the Lord's Prayer with all your might today, tomorrow, and always, I'm going to jump inside your ass with both feet and not come out till you do. And if that don't happen, you ain't even worth a pair of fucking slippers. And I sure the hell ain't going to take you from the Nile River as a damn zebra and drink a goddamn Red Bull and have you as a purse to wear to go shopping nowhere, no way, no how. Because everybody knows Earl loves people but hates shopping. Well, because I have common sense. Wakanda forever. You know that has nothing to do with the life of Haile Selassie whatsoever. Stan Lee is not the line of John the Baptist. Haile Selassie is. That's not going to girls' night. We're not selling it on Poshmark. That artist-loving hand little comic book painting of Haile Selassie, it's not for sale. Well, Patrick can have it if he wants it, or Natalie or Noah or Emily or Kate or Crummy Cake, I love you. All the kids have to do is just walk in. "Dad, can I have that?" Sure. Or you could paint one yourself. I could always paint another. Anybody in my family just has to walk in the house and say, "Can I have the Bob Marley?" Sure. "Can I have that?" Can I have the Matt Taylor? Sure. "Can I have the Daniel Mullins?" Sure. "Can I have the mariachi thing?" Sure. "Can I have that?" You cannot have the Matt Taylor and Siakam Pascal. No, that's Elijah's. That's Elijah's. I'm just borrowing it for barn dances that never happened. But yeah, so any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it, all night, oh, every night. Even if it's just snuggling. Snuggling is underrated in the winter and overrated in the summer. What do you want to do? Just stretch out and be cool and relaxed. And I want a California king because, I want to be able to, it's hot in here, baby girl. Just take off all our clothes and let's just, open up the windows and let the cool mountain air cool us off. I love you too, baby girl. In a world where people aren't intelligent, old Peggy Pettis can get a nice place and sunbathe naked and not have some neighbor look at him through her trailer window because you guys have us living in boxes, paying extortion, being abused by people in Homeland Security. They're fucked just like the assholes at NASA who think they're better than you. And do that permanently? No, it gives her relief. It helps her body get things out, and she has no place to sunbathe nude. And that's sad. And because she could recover, she needs that. And I wanted, the money during the Trump administration to do so. And she kept telling me Trump is the man. If he's the man, he'll make sure that by, lottery or this and that he gives me the money so you can live the way that you ask the Lord to live, because I happen to be the living Lord. And Trump didn't obey that. So all that stuff about America reads the Bible, yeah, China and Japan count on that. Well, because there's a Roman mob and then there's the Gospels. I happen to be the Gospels. You happen to be a Roman mob. It says so in the book. That if you add to it or take away from it, you will not live the truth of it, and you will turn it into magic, mob warfare, and mob rule like the Romans do. When in Rome you do like the Romans do and play like the Romans played. You're a Roman holiday. Yeah, you have a lion for a pet? That's because you're always lying. Was his name Caesar or Brutus? I can't remember the lion on the Roman holidays. You have to pay to watch it, so I watch it much. They have like maybe one episode that you don't have to pay to watch, and I think that's about it. Same with the Amazing Chan and the Chan Clan. And I bought some with Maze, but fucking old, what's his name? Bill Gates! Didn't support it, so as soon as he stopped supporting my Xbox 360, even though I could watch it without being connected to the internet before he shut down that, it just went, it does not read it and will not read it. I had to upgrade my system and move it to the new system. Well, that's Bill Gates' issue and not mine, like DT Suzuka. That's not your issue, Parsons. If they want to act like Kaku and Magashima, that's their business. And I got it from a lot of people, you are related to them. Yeah, I am, through my Aunt Nana and my cousin Jimmy. My cousin Jimmy is half Okinawan, which are relatives of Ditiro Suzuki and Sun Yat-sen, no matter how much, like I told you, Helen Gibson, I'm not Anglo-Saxon. You can hold your breath until you pass out. You're still Anglo-Saxon. You can't. Jean, roses are red. It ain't my fault, like Zora Neale Hurston said, that my great-great-grandma couldn't outrun the massa, right? So you can't, love is love. And like me and Anna and her grandson were talking about, I said, that we know through Mexican tribal tradition of religion that they changed the written word, but the Gospels are us. And that if you don't love another person's child the same way you love your own, you're a failure as a human being. That we can take Hitler's kid and teach him the Gospels and raise him if his dad's selfishness stopped existing the moment his dad abandoned him and left me to raise him. Okay, so I can take the worst bar-hopping, manipulative, murdering pervert from Fort Huachuca and raise his kid to be like me, and it'll be if that raping, bar-hopping shithead never existed. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world, and sin and error pining, till he appeared, and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night that Christ was born. For all you heathens and hypocrites out there, that was July 19th, 1966, in a place most of you have never heard of called Las Cruces, New Mexico, at the corner of Alameda, Maine, and El Paseo. The only lady saying "oh" that night while giving birth. The rest of them were occupied, speaking an occupier's language of my cousins from the Iberian Peninsula that tried to kill off my grandmother, who ended up in Germany, and had my mom speaking a Germanic language instead of a, quote, Latin language. All the women giving birth that night were saying "I." My mom was saying "oh." So her son would be born to protect all of those that mothers say "I" while giving birth in this valley, by protected by the people that would kill them that say "oh." Like Ron, my Chiricahua friend, at White Sands, friend of Mr. Ponce, Parsons, you're the Ronstown Cowboy. I'm going to see your name in lights one day. It's like, don't wish that on me, Ronnie. When I'm done cleaning up this hellhole, I want to go to the Gila and never see, riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo. No, I don't want nothing to do with billboards and city lights and star-spangled rodeos. The only stars I want to see is the stars at night are big and bright, but boom, boom, boom's deep in the heart of the Gila. That's all I want to see. And Patrick coming, Dad, the stars here in New Mexico are better than the stars from the light pollution that you can't see in the valley of the Salt River. Yeah, but it's gotten a lot better, and they sure have parked all them cars, bars, and wars, bars, and wars. And Koa's playing basketball with the Phoenix Suns. That's a club team and no longer a professional team. And he reminds you, he looks like he could be your little brother, man. I like Koa Pete. I like him too. He's a nice guy, Dad. I agree. They said, I think Nolan Brown was his teammate in high school. I'm not sure. I went to try to look up their high schools. But No is not. I wonder if No's going to be. They haven't updated the rosters yet on the teams. I thought they screwed up my thing, but I was watching the Dust Devils and the Mustangs, and it got caught on there, and I thought I screwed up my thing. It's like, no, it was just having trouble. I had to back it out, and then I got it, and it's like, it's fun. I go back and listen. I like Ed, and Ed does pretty good play-by-play, and their camera crew does a good job with the games when you get the games at, they have some good equipment at Western New Mexico. And so it definitely is, it's a pleasure. It's like you're sitting there, you got better views because you can get up and move and say, oh, okay, here's a good look at Andre Harris, and here's, and you get the replays and see Mr. Gordon get up and get that block down. That was a good block, yeah, and it's fun. The better athletes that you have that play at the local university, the more fun it is to go down to your little 1,200 plus gym and go down there and be able to watch these guys play basketball. It's a lot of fun. Like, Keith used to say at the park with me, he's the best. That was during Michael Jordan's era. When Keith and other kids in Phoenix just say, he's the best basketball player I ever saw. He does stuff. Bob told me that too, one of my best friends. Yeah. He's like, Earl, you do that. I was like, what choice did I have, Bob? And he would like, why don't you do that kind of stuff all the time? It's like, it's not necessary. I'm like Ned Wolk's good teams. Play the level of competition. I don't like to embarrass people, and I go out to exercise and have a good time with my friends, like what happened with those kids from Thunderbird and that Polynesian kid that pushed me and his girlfriend because he got what he deserved because they were being asses. And they gave me and said, Earl, take over. And these guys were, they were football players and athletes and basketball players. And Bob was a cross-country athlete. Link was a good basketball player. He was a fine basketball player. He didn't try out because he wasn't as good till he played more against me to help get him better. And we weren't friends before basketball tryouts. We were friends after he was ready to graduate with basketball tryouts. If he had met me sooner and we had been friends and he'd had that, he probably could have tried out for the basketball team. He would have made it. I wouldn't have, because I was a Mexican drug dealer. Because me and Todd Zells were friends, and Todd and Craig stayed on the team. And he kicked me off. He didn't kick off the Zellmans for guilt by association for me and being me and Bobby's friends. The Zellmans had integrity and were good kids. They were from Naperville, Illinois. Yeah. And they weren't in the same neighborhood against Kenny Battle and those guys, but they played against them. And they were like, yeah, those guys were really good, But Zells knew it. Zells told me when Robbie Feinberg ran under me, and I was going to dunk it. I didn't want to dunk on his head and kick him like Ian Baker and Bobby said I should have done, because I didn't want to hurt him and I didn't want to abuse him. And that's just why I'm Earl the Messiah instead of Earl the poster in your bedroom. So you'll buy my tennis shoes and support my charity and my cleats and my cause. Guys, I'm not Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo or Pele or Dr. J or Larry Bird or Michael Jordan or Steph Curry. I'm Earl Parsons. I'm the guy in the Bible that redeems the Gospels. I had a calling that I had to do. I wanted to play basketball. But if I had played professional basketball and tried to do what I'm doing now before it could be done, they would have assassinated me, and then the next kid wouldn't have stood a chance. So they had to think I was stupid in order for me to go to Fort Huachuca and shut down the bowels of hell. It's in the Mormon Gospels. It's just they changed it so it don't apply in physics real good. Same with the Bible, same with the Quran. They changed it so it don't apply in physics real good. Well, I'm the living word, so I applies in physics perfectly. Right, Michio Kaku? Right? Rock and roll! So we went and got a brandy stifter full of green M&Ms and had to choke the candy store owner with their own laces and kill their tiger in order to get Ozzy on stage, or there would have been a riot in Bangladesh. I don't believe Black Sabbath's ever been to Bangladesh. I don't think so either. I don't think they'd have him there. Where would they have? Where would they want Ozzy to perform? Europe and the United States. I don't even know if they've had Black Sabbath in South or Central America. I don't know about that, y'all. Back in that day, they were pretty staunch Catholic, and that's devil music, right? I think just Europe and the United States. Maybe that the one was, he was probably somewhere in like, you know, close to Eastern Europe or something. I don't know, where they have a lot of atheists. Maybe they were in, but they had a Bengal tigers. Well, you know, rich people, they got Bengal tigers everywhere, just like those crazy people that turned all the snakes loose in Florida. Oh, that's true. Trey Yingst, the incredibly significant. Look at this guy's face. He looks so serious. You got a lot of money to make. I got to make a real serious look. Trey Yingst, the incredibly significant. If you're not talking about my YouTube channel, then that look is just for effect. It's alien cave drawings. Ancient aliens. Bombshell. Epstein case blowed wide open in new update. Yeah, we all know these people are sexual deviants that manipulate access to women that want money for their sexuality. We're all aware of that. Desi Fox explains Fauci's diary that he wrote on a computer. Well, because he wanted to get caught doing bad things, because he wanted the hypocrisy to be exposed. So you're saying Anthony Fauci knew he was doing wrong things, and he wrote it down on a piece of equipment that was government property? So the genocidal operations could be exposed to the public? So you're saying Anthony Fauci's a bad guy? What he should have done is told the one guy, this is supposed to be a court of law and justice, and what you're doing right now is an affront to that. You know, what color is my tie? What this and that? You know, ask me significant questions about how we can keep people safe from these kind of things happening again, or don't ask me questions at all. He had real stupid lawyers, and so do you. Well, because you vote for president. But the real reason you dream every night, science-backed. They don't teach this. Diary of CEO one day ago. I like Steve Bartlett, but the people that he trusts are arrogant, egotistical, and arrogant and egotistical people are dumber than they think. And I think Lloyd and Harry are probably a little bit smarter. Pull over. No, it's a cardigan, but thanks for noting. Okay. Do you have an extra set of gloves all this time? Yeah, we're in the Rockies. Okay. One of my babies, I know a lot of that. I probably know as much of the dialogue of Dumb and Dumber, okay, that I do of most of the Disney movies that Patrick's watched, because Amy could act like a kid, and we watched it a lot. And I also know lots of lines to what was her other favorite? Her go-to every time she was sucked with Miss Mo. What's the name of that movie, you guys? Wedding Planner. Yeah. Miss Mo's full of shit. I told you Miss Mo's full of shit. Well, Bert. I like Bert. He's one of my favorites. The lady said she wants to dance. You need to go dance. I like Bert. He's one of my favorite characters in that. And the dad, let me get this straight. You didn't get married, and she didn't get married. What are you waiting for? And Massimo, you know. I say we be buddy, but I'd be lying. So Miss Mo's, yeah, I like Massimo, and I like Dad, and I like Bert. They're my favorite characters. The lady's funny too. Yeah, the Scrabble Club lady, yeah, she's funny too. You know me, I like old folks with good personalities and lots of, you know, chutzpah, stuff. So yeah, man builds a log cabin from scratch in Alaska snowstorm. Okay, guys. Cinderbox. Okay, we should be building houses with materials that are not highly combustible. And when there's a fire, in case we're fucking with the ecosystem, the houses will be built in places to survive the fires. And carry on, our wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head, or easy to rebuild. And won't have a lot of smoke damage on the inside because they're made out of adobe with the right things and stuff instead of logs that go, little pig, let me in. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. I escorted a prisoner even werewolves feared. Serious. Woodman Tales on Friday television. You guys are like Trey Yingst. What are you afraid of? My own shadow. Okay. That's why you carry guns and threaten to shoot other people over money, right? So what are you afraid of? I think I'm afraid of myself. I think so too. I think like imitates like, and I think, you know what I mean? This is so scary that you believe money's real and want to fight and kill over it and then pay a woman for sexual reproduction with it? Right. I gotta admit that if I was insane and stupid, that would be frightening to me too. What's scary to you? If I wake up in the morning and I act just like you and I can't stop. But that's not going to happen, right? So I'm not afraid. Well, life's eternal, grace is infinite, like I always told Rothschild and Rockefeller and Rothschild. And just life's eternal, grace is infinite. I ain't worried about it. No matter what people do to your flesh and do to your family, God will always be omnipotent. Truth will always be omnipotent. And the eternity of life, in order to exist through life sacrifice, through the love of holy covenants, requires faith in omnipotent God. So I ain't worried about it. Why you? Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You're stupid. I get it. Okay. If they say why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why do they do me this way? Right? I like James Brown too. The most expensive houses in the world that even billionaires thought. Who would build something that stupid? Never mind. That's it. Never mind. Okay. Would build something that stupid? Let's see. We have the Great Wall of China, the Eiffel Tower. We got the Great Pyramids. And who would build something that stupid? Well, that's kind of a stupid question, Earl. The selfish and the stupid would build something that stupid. All right. Let's go back to those thrilling days of yesteryear of living in a trailer park in Arkansas with dreams of being president and getting your presidential knee pads taken care of. It's too late to agree with me, Clinton. I've already changed my mind. Tucumcari, New Mexico. 100 miles, walked on. Now I'm here in Santa Fe. Fell in love with a girl named Mary G. I'm happy today. Anybody else like that song? Tucumcari. Jimmy Rogers. If you haven't, you should. Left, right, march along. I'm just traveling home. Yeah. 15 miles from Tucumcari, I'll be wondering on. Yeah, and then I just in time to see, my girl Mary, just in time to see her marry with my very best pal. Left, right, marching along, I'll be traveling on. Yeah, so he goes off to Santa Fe and he meets a girl named Mary and they get married and gee, he's happy today. I guess he didn't get the first snow on the ground in Taos, New Mexico at Julia Roberts' house with a couple of Puerto Rican girls that are dying to meet you. You're so bad. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Don't worry about dying. Just live truthfully. If you can't do that, I'm taking care of it for you. Why? Because ask Trey Yingst, the incredibly significant, the 13th22ndme channel. I want to say it, but I can't. You want to, but you can't. So you and Chris Warrock have a lot in common. Watch out for Will Smith. Don't think any jokes about his wife. He'll slap you real silly. It'd be, who's even probably better at it? Law. Don't snap her bra. And Shelley laughing. You heathens, that was funny. I did that to entertain you, Shelley, because it was getting boring. This movie really sucks. And the Blankenships. I thought that I can't remember his name. I liked him so much. None of the girls would date him. The Blankenships' brother. He was dark and kind and just a real sweetheart, but he wasn't the type that they were physically attracted to. And he was I was like, one of you guys. I was telling Steph, he's so cool. He's the nicest guy. He almost peed himself. He was laughing so hard. I knew he had a crush on Law. Everybody had a crush on Law, but I was like, he's a really nice guy, and she would chew him up and spit him out if he didn't do everything she wanted, and if he couldn't do everything she wanted. She thought I could. Everybody saw potential in me. Guys, when you sit and talk to me, you realize how intelligent I am. Chief always used to say that. The pheromones and stuff, I was the best athlete in the world during my generation. So when you had sex with me, you thought, ching, and then you realize, no, all the perverts that are spying on him through the mystery of ancient alien carvings of ancient aliens will try to kill him because they're jealous of him because they want the faith of the power and glory and the truthful to work through them and not through him. Well, why? You didn't earn it. Okay, guys, I love you. All right, peace out. We'll talk tomorrow. Okay. And I'll keep talking. Well, I got to fix the technology. And I was like I told the kid in New Mexico State, I ain't trying to press you to get sex from you. Why would I lie to you to try to get you? The only way to fix quantum computing is to tell the truth about your life so people understand your life, so they'll understand right from wrong and who's like King David, the line of Jesus, and who's not. Hey, I live my life, I gotta talk my life so we can use my life to correct the technology. All you pocket knights out there, that's why I'm the sword. Okay, I love you. It's 2 and 2 is 4, it's not too hard. All right, peace out.